What's up guys, Everything Fish here, doing an update on two of my tanks. One of them you'll really find a surprise because you've never seen it before, meaning it's new. But obviously that's not this one. This is my 30 long natives tank, and I'm so sorry if it's hard to see, that light's still broken. But yeah, I'm aiming on this side because there's a surprise on the other side. I picked up 4 new fish for in here. Where there used to be just that one green sunfish, there is now 4 new fish, not sunfish. So here they are. I got 4 creek chubs in this tank. They are just awesome. I caught them Sunday night in a hole that I don't normally fish at for game fish, but more small fish. There is a population of gotta be several hundred creek chubs in a pond that's not even an acre. In addition to other darters, and I saw a stonecat mad tom too, so that was cool. I actually caught a sculpin, mottled sculpin. I was debating whether I should take it home or not, but I decided against it because it would probably eat the chubs. Because if you don't know, sculpins have gigantic mouths. But anyway, yeah, I got 4 chubs, creek chubs. They're about, smallest one's probably 4.5, biggest one's 5 inches. They're pretty good size compared to my green sunfish that you can't even see with this terrible glare right there. And she is about 2 3/4 going on 4 inches. 3 inches now. Yeah, the chubs are awesome. They were eating flake in 24 hours. And they were also hand feeding in 24 hours. I just put my hand up in the top with a little bit of flake, and they would come right up to it, and they would just vigorously take flake from my hand. So yeah, so I got 4 chubs. They are just awesome. Like I said, they hand feed every night. They're eating flake already. The only natives I have that'll eat flake, and in the least amount of time too. So they're awesome. They are not going to stay in this 30 long forever. When they get too big, they're probably going to get in my 75 gallon, which at this point is just destination for all fish that get too big for other tanks. And you're about to see what I mean, because I'm going to take you to the new surprise. So here we got it. It's my new tank. I set up another 20 tall, same room as my other 2 native tanks. Yeah, I've got a lot more gravel in there than I needed. Thought it was coral gravel at first, but I tested it with some vinegar and it's not. But yeah, this tank's awesome. I think it's the only tank in the native fish room, we're gonna call it, or my semi-fish room. Call it whichever one you want, because it has most of my indoor tanks in it. It's really my dining room. It's the only tank in this room that doesn't have a severe glare, so that's nice. But yeah, I just set this tank up last night. I put gravel in it, and then I did a siphon 75% change on it this morning to get all the crap out of the gravel. And then filled it up with water and added the sponge filter so it's insta-cycled. I am still testing it for ammonia. If I find any, I'm going to do water changes until it goes to 0. But I've done this for my past 2 tanks I've set up, and I've never found ammonia. Because this is a mature sponge filter, it's about a month old, running in my mature 75 gallon. Same with some of the decor. That rock, and that rock all have bacteria on them. So yeah, onto the fish. You can probably see it by now. This is the first really good view you get to see. These have the 3 yellow perch in this tank, and they are much bigger than when I put them in the bin in quarantine. Smallest one's about 1.5 inches, biggest one's 1 3/4 inches now. Yeah, there's a good view of them. Awesome little guys. They've just been swimming around non-stop for the past hour or so. They love it in here. Yeah, obviously this is not their permanent home, since yellow perch can get well over 12 inches in captivity. I'm hoping to grow these guys out to 14 to 16 inches, which is pretty much their maximum size for the northern strain. And northerns oddly get bigger than southern strains, oddly. But yeah, this is their new tank until they hit about 5 or 6 inches. Which hopefully won't be till the beginning of next year is what I'm anticipating. So late December, early January is when I'm hoping to keep them in here till. Then I'll probably be breeding something in here. But yeah, until then, this is their new home just for them. Probably be doing weekly 25%. I've already got them on brine shrimp and bloodworms as a diet. When they get about 5 inches, 5, 6, I might start giving them feeder guppies, feeder minnows, because they can eat them pretty small. Though I'm not so sure about doing feeder fish because it could have disease in them, so I'm gonna have to see. Probably the first time I'll be feeding them feeders is when I start breeding my own fish, because I am hoping to get some more mollies in my 30 tall. Probably won't be for a while, but when I do, I'm going to breed them, and if I get any runt fry, I might just give them to these guys, because everybody who's fished for perch know the best bait is minnows. Any kind, they don't care, they will eat it. That's my experience anyway. They love emerald shiners, which coincidentally is what I was keeping them with in quarantine, but the shiners are actually bigger than they are. So you're probably wondering if the shiners are in the riffle tank now, and the answer to that is no, they are not. I still have them in quarantine because I am going to be rescaping my riffle tank soon, and by that I mean taking all the fish out and putting them in a bucket for a few hours, taking everything out of that, rooting up all the substrate, putting in a whole new substrate, rearranging all the decorations, and then refilling half the old tank water with half new stuff. And to do that, I would have to remove fish. I'll be doing that in a couple days, so if I just put the shiners in now, I'd be taking them out again in a few days, which would cause a lot of stress if you ask me. So I'm just going to introduce them at the same time that I put in the fish that are in there now back into it after the rescape, if you can follow that. So yeah, these perch, I can't even remember if I said it, but once they get too big for this tank, they'll be going in my 75 gallon with the chubs and the bullhead and the danios and my other catfish. So it's going to be really stocked in my 75 gallon by next year. So I'll probably be doing like 50% twice weekly water changes with all these dirty fish. And I'm hoping these guys aren't going to eat my giant danios by the time I put them in there, but I don't think they'll be able to, because giant danios are one of the fastest fish in the hobby. There's just almost nothing out there that can catch them. But these perch, I'm not doubting their skill for a second. When I fish for them, these things just annihilate emerald shiners, which is primary bait I use for them. So yeah, I got these perch. I'm really excited to finally have these in a tank. I can actually look at them now, and you can just see, even though they're only about 1.5 inches now, they're just beautiful already. In case you've never seen adult yellow perch before, they look awesome. The yellow on them is going to be a lot more vivid as they get older. Their pelvic and sometimes their anal fin is going to get some deep orange and red in it. They're probably going to get some black trims. They already have some nice black trimming on their dorsal fin, so they already have that. And there's going to be some black on their caudal fin / tail fin as well. The bars on them are going to get more vivid. So yeah, and these guys, I know they're also going to get too big for my 75 gallons. So once they do that, just like my bullhead and my pleco that are in there now, they're also going to be going to a big tank that I'm probably going to set up next fall, hopefully by then, no later than next winter, but it'll be in the 150 to 240 gallon range, which would be these guys' permanent home. Hoping for at least a 180, but I'll settle for a 150, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you guys these awesome new perch I've got in the tank. Shiners are going into the riffle tank hopefully within a week, and I'll do an update then. And also I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on something. I am going to be keep doing species info, that's for sure. But do you guys think I'm also going to be doing care videos for native fish, like the perch and the shiners and my sunfish and all that? Should I keep doing that as part of species info, or just make a separate series just for native fish? Because I think that'd be a cool idea too. I mean, they're all technically aquarium fish, so I could still do it under species info, but I think it'd be cool to have a separate series for tropicals and a separate one for natives in cold waters. So just give me your guys' opinion on that down in the comments, if you're even still watching the video at this point, because it's pretty much just been me rambling while you're watching 1.5 inch perch swim around at 20 tall. Which, if you think that's entertaining, you're still watching, thanks for watching me and my craziness. So I will see you guys next video.